What item is very useful in a zombie apocalypse, but most people don't think about using it? Simple redneck mentality. If it starts in a small backwoods town, the zombie will get killed and that'll be that. Makes me wonder how many zombie apocalypses have already been averted by rednecks. Combine harvester. Combine harvester. Gonna get the Zombie Kill of the Week award. Edit. Grand pianos are so yesterday. Y'all should watch Double Tap. I've got a brand new combine harvester. Quote. Stilts. They can't reach me. I am inevitable. Common sense. If the recent apocalypse has proven anything, it's toilet paper. Toilet paper is probably one of the largest products at a grocery store. Volume-wise. Yet very cheap. Shelf space means money, so they don't stock as much of a quantity as the smaller items. Therefore, when a lot of people take one pack, it soon runs out. The people that come in after see no TP and think there's a shortage. And a domino effect of people wanting to buy TP takes place. Treadmills. One for every zombie? That brilliant. You could power the entire city. A tall building. Just throw yourself off it and to FK with all that survival bullshit. A small toolkit. Few screwdrivers and a hand drill and you can quietly pull apart or mend most things. Also olive oil for both cooking and for leaving a nice slippery patch for any of the undead to fall about on. Ah yes. How to avoid zombies with Gordon Ramsay. First, a touch of olive oil. Just a touch. These brains are FG raw. FG shut it down. Shut it down now. FK me, what a bunch of FG amateurs. A boat. Where I live there's a lake with a ton of islands in it. I never get why they don't get themselves surrounded by water or at least stick to a river. It would provide a lot of things needed. Water. Fish. Access to larger game that comes to drink. It would muffle sound. And cover tracks if you walk in the shallows. Not an item but place. A garage with lifts. Unless they get smart enough they can't bring down the lifts. You can lift a car and sleep in it for safety. And it's filled with heavy objects to throw and use as weapons. That's great until you're surrounded and can't escape. Armor is in small metal plates or strong leather. Like a thin layer of aluminum or strong leather would do the trick against bites. Added to normal clothing, kinda like steel toe shoes. You never really see someone actually try to use any kind of armor against zombies in movies, games. Even a metal armor on the lower part of your arm would make it possible that you can block bites with your metal arm. In Walking Dead Season 3, the governor's assistant wrapped duct tape around his arms to armor against zombie bites. It was effective too. Made me wonder why the rest of the governor's men weren't doing it. Because if every zombie show or movie followed consistent logic from single moments like that, the writers would have to think a whole lot harder about creating dangerous hazards for the characters. By blatantly ignoring what worked once as an apparent novelty, they can keep writing ludicrous scenarios where characters who've been living in a zombie world for months, years somehow still get snuck up on by zombies and tragically lose someone. Just like that. It's the gift. Tension that keeps on tensioning. Yeah. Like early on in the show they covered themselves in zombie guts and walked around freely amongst them. Why didn't they use that again? Same reason I suppose. Swiss Army knife with a miniature nuclear warhead as one of the tools. A journal. Can keep track of your supplies and other stuff. Edit. Also can draw BS to jerk it off to. Improvise. Adapt. Overcome. Don't forget a CM rag. A really good one. I mean, not some old nasty sock. Like a high quality, absorbent CM rag. Oh no. Running. Seems like the zombies are moving really slow and yet nobody in the movies thinks about moving faster. Rule 1. Cardio. Zombieland is awesome. World War Z has entered the chat. A book on basic survival techniques. Sort of like a Boy Scouts book or something. Crowbar. Light enough to carry. Gets you access through locked doors. Efficient melee zombie killer. Cat or dog food. It's completely safe to eat, and usually this wouldn't even be on anyone's zombie apocalypse shopping spree list. So while everyone is killing each other over pizza rolls, sub sandwiches, and brains, here you are with your delicious premium chicken-flavored cat food. I'm in the apocalypse. And everybody fought each other over toilet paper. The great apocalypse of 2020. Yes. And FK supermarkets. I know the exact farm store I would be holing up in. They have tools. Lots of canned and dehydrated food. Live food. If you count the fish and resident guinea pigs. Lawn and pet furniture. Blankets. Gardening stuff. Clothes. Large cages. Fenced courtyard. Very few entrances. Everything you could need. Longsword. It doesn't run out of ammo and you can strike without getting too close. Condoms. You don't want any zombie AIDS, do you? Don't forget the drugs. Adderall to stay awake for days without feeling hungry. Xanax to sleep when and where you want. Ah yes, who could forget the essentials? And antibiotics. A little rope and duct tape go a long way if you are creative enough to use them well. I commented on a post a minute ago about not knowing how to use a bicycle or a slingshot. But I am a rope and duct tape pro. This gives me hope. I am not a serial killer. I don't know, man. Saying that you're not a serial killer. It just sounds like something a serial killer would say. But who am I to judge? I see. Would you like to get into my car so we can discuss at length the reasons why I absolutely don't want to murder you? Towels. Nobody thinks about wrapping their arms in them. Try to bite through a towel. Zombie. A bike. It's fast, silent, uses no fuel, is able to move on blocked roads and can be easily carried if you have to proceed on foot. Boats. I know some of them have people on big yachts in the ocean, but really a small boat on a lake would be safe from zombies. Even a canoe you could anchor in the middle of a lake and sleep in. Something a wee bit larger maybe. Like single bed. Tiny bit of storage space. That'd be enough. A friend of a friend of a friend used to have one of these, and with enough food and water, I reckon you could easily live on that thing for a few weeks. Probably a fishing boat or pontoon boat Z. Pontoon Boat Z is the name of the Sci-Fi Channel movie about sleeping on the lake in a zombie apocalypse. A still. Purify water and make booze. Win-win. A good water filtration device like a Live Straw or Sawyer Mini. One of them can often filter thousands of gallons of water without a hiccup. You can only go a few short days without clean drinking water. So it's pretty likely that you'd die of dehydration before a zombie actually kills you. This, just because there are zombies, doesn't mean cholera disappears. Most natural disasters kill relatively few people. It's the cholera outbreak that really pumps up the death toll. And it depends on how the zombie virus is spread. If it can be waterborne, then this is even more important. Water filters like those don't filter viruses. Spears. Everyone imagines using a gun or a sword, but in reality spears are the best weapon to use. They're easy to make. Relatively easy to use compared to other weapons. Require less rare materials than other weapons. And most importantly, can keep zombies at a distance and minimize your chances of being bitten. Also, with some practice you can learn to throw a spear to hunt game. Spears may not be the most flashy weapons, but they are the most useful. I'm surprised nobody has mentioned a compass. You can guarantee GPS will be down, and navigation is so important. You could also throw a map in here too, but I'm guessing they wouldn't be too uncommon, and you'd probably want to avoid densely populated places which maps tend to cover. But yeah, a compass is so important. I'd have to say seeds. Or like any form of crops. Farming seems surprisingly difficult to do. And I don't see a lot of the movies really trying it when it comes to survival. Maybe I'm just an idiot too. IDK. My zombie apocalypse plan is to run to an allotment. Most people would run to supermarkets and closed-in buildings, but open allotments are basically starter packs for survival. Tools hidden in sheds can slice off heads. There are things that collect rainwater. Food for days, and also open spaces make it easier to see incoming threat. Planting new seeds takes time, attention and care, but a 3-year-old productive allotment patch just needs some rotation. A bit of rebatching and way less maintenance. Edit. To add that most UK allotments have ridiculously strong fences and high boundaries to keep thieves out. It's well documented that zombies cannot climb. Well, they can pile on top of each other WWZ style. An axe and a bicycle cover a lot more ground on a bicycle, and you can also chop heads real quickly. Tactical shovel. A tank. Preferably a British one, as they have integrated kettles. Can't go wrong with a Churchill. A bowl. Tactical shovel and matches. The bowl helps you capture water and offers you a place to cook and eat. A tactical shovel can be a weapon and tool for hunting and grabbing stuff, while you can use matches for making fire. To follow up on this train of thought, cooking tools. A bowl isn't much use without a pot to boil the water in to purify it or make food to put into it. Floss. Gingivitis doesn't take a holiday. Friends. A bicycle and a slingshot. The bike allows you to cover more ground than on foot and more quietly than anything with an engine. They don't need fuel beyond calories, and maintenance is simple. With a little practice, the slingshot can take out small game. Squirrels. Birds. Maybe rabbits if you're good enough. It makes very little noise. And you can pick up ammunition. Small stones. Ball bearings. Nuts, bolts, etc. from basically anywhere. Unfortunately, I don't know how to use either. I guess have found my lockdown level up skills. As an adult, if you have any kind of balance in your body, you can learn to ride a bike in minutes. I should definitely try to learn. It's funny. Because now I am an adult, most people know how to ride a bike, so it's hard to get an opportunity to learn. Adults are only really used to teaching children. As an adult, I have a much bigger fear of falling and hurting myself. And the ground is further away. A Swiss Army knife. Or multi-tool. Everyone always goes for the shotgun or baseball bat approach. Or some of these fine people here mention great ideas like spices or a suit of armor. I'm telling you, as an engineer, there's gonna come a point in the apocalypse where you need a multi-tool. You just will. Yeep. Especially if you have to run, travel often, find campground, find food, and create weapons. I would imagine pairing with a blade sharpener, flint, or something to lengthen the life of the multi-tool would come in handy, but I'm usually not creative enough to survive zombies lol. You run into zombies frequently enough to know that? A crowbar. Works as a tool in its own right for opening doors and for levering things open, and is also an effective melee weapon. Rise and shine. Dr. Freeman. Rise and shine. Edit. Thank you for the silver. Kind award giver. Not that I wish to imply you have been sleeping on the job. No one is more deserving of a rest. A good pair of running shoes goes a long way. Or good hiking boots. Comfy to walk in, and it protects your ankles. I've had the same pair for like 3 years and they're still great. Plants. Ah yes. The pea shooter. The double pea shooter. With the upgrade that makes it quadruple. And the burning log thing. Repeater and the upgrade plant. Gatling pea. And then your torchwood for good measure against footballers. Shovels. Can be used as digging traps. For gardening. As a weapon. And burying bodies. Can confirm. In the army we used to have these little shovels that were sharp as FK and had a normal edge on one side and a saw-like edge on the other. It could also easily be used as a weapon since it was pretty DN pointy. Really cool thing and very useful. These tools would become the basis of the Lobo. Everyone ITT hasn't read, listened to World War Z. The audio book is a real treat. Also, it's nothing like the movie. Not even a little. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.